The night was painted in soft amber light, casting a warm glow across the small apartment. Outside, the city was deep in slumber, its endless hum reduced to a distant whisper. But inside, time seemed to slow down, holding its breath. Two souls, Lina and Aria, shared this quiet space. A silence stretched between them, heavier and more potent than any words could ever be. For years, they had been inseparable, their friendship a constant, unwavering force. But lately, something had shifted. The familiar comfort had transformed into a current of something else, something heavier, sweeter, and entirely unspoken. Every shared glance now lingered a moment too long, charged with an intensity that made their hearts race. Every accidental touch, a brush of hands or a nudge of shoulders, burned with a startling electricity. And tonight, in the intimacy of the quiet apartment, neither of them could hide behind flimsy excuses anymore. The air was thick with unasked questions and unspoken desires. Lina sat on the very edge of the bed, a portrait of casual vulnerability. Her dark hair was still damp and delightfully messy from her recent shower. An oversized t-shirt, borrowed and comfortable, slipped carelessly off one shoulder, revealing the smooth curve of her skin. She nervously picked at a loose thread on the duvet, her gaze fixed on the floor, but her thoughts were miles away, circling the one person in the room. Across the apartment, Aria stood by the window. She held her phone, pretending to scroll through notifications, a futile attempt to appear nonchalant. But her heart hammered against her ribs, a frantic rhythm that echoed the tension in the room. Every time she risked a glance at Lina, she saw the soft gleam of skin under the lamplight, and her breath would catch in her throat. The pull between them was a tangible force, a magnetic field growing stronger with each passing second. It was almost unbearable, this beautiful, agonizing suspense, like a love song just waiting for its chorus to finally break. The silence grew, stretching until it felt fragile enough to shatter. It was Lina who finally broke it. Her voice was soft, barely more than a whisper, yet it cut through the tension with stunning clarity. "Why are you standing so far away?" she asked, her tone a delicate balance of genuine curiosity and a shy, hopeful invitation. Aria looked up, startled. Her lips parted as if to answer, but no sound came out. The words were caught somewhere between her mind and her mouth, tangled in a web of fear and longing. All she could manage was a small, nervous smile as she finally pushed away from the window and began to walk towards the bed. Each step felt momentous, as if she were crossing a vast, invisible chasm. When she sat down beside Lina, their knees brushed. The contact was brief, accidental, but the spark it ignited was instantaneous and overwhelming. The world outside, with its sleeping city and distant stars, simply ceased to exist. In that moment, there was only the two of them, only the cocooning warmth of the room, the deafening thud of their synchronized heartbeats filling the silence, and the undeniable gravity pulling them inexorably together. Lina's voice was a hushed confession in the quiet room. "I keep thinking about you," she whispered, her gaze finally lifting to meet Aria's. "About us. About what it would feel like if I just..." She trailed off, her courage faltering. Aria's breath caught in her chest, her heart leaping. "If you just what?" she prompted, her own voice trembling with a mixture of hope and apprehension. Instead of answering with words, Lina's hand rose slowly, her fingers trembling as they reached out. She gently brushed them against Aria's cheek. The touch was feather-light, filled with a universe of hesitation and a burning, undeniable desire. It was a question and an answer all at once. "If I just stopped pretending," Lina finished, her voice thick with emotion. "Stop pretending I don't want this." That single touch, that whispered admission, changed everything. The delicate dam holding back months of unspoken feelings finally broke. Aria closed her eyes, a soft sigh escaping her lips as she instinctively leaned into the warmth of Lina's hand. It felt like coming home. When their lips finally met, it wasn't the explosive, fiery collision they might have imagined. It was tender, cautious, as if they were afraid of breaking something infinitely fragile and precious. Their first kiss was a slow, gentle exploration, growing from timid uncertainty into a deep, soul-shaking longing. Hands that had been hesitant moments before now tangled in hair with newfound confidence. Bodies that had maintained a careful distance now moved closer, seeking warmth and connection. Breaths that had been held in suspense now quickened into a shared, ragged rhythm. The bed became their entire universe. The world was reduced to the scent of clean sheets, the sound of quiet, breathless laughter, and the intimate whispers of each other's names spoken like a prayer in the dim light. Lina traced slow, lazy circles on Aria's skin, her touch mapping a new territory, as if she were memorizing every inch of her. Aria held Lina close, her fingers drawing invisible confessions across the expanse of her back. Every movement was both thrillingly new and profoundly familiar, as if their souls had always known this dance, always known how to find each other in the dark. Afterward, they lay wrapped together under the same blanket, their limbs intertwined. The city's ambient glow filtered through the thin curtains, kissing their faces with pale, golden light. Lina rested her head on Aria's chest, finding comfort in the steady, rhythmic thump of her heartbeat, a soothing drum against her ear. The peace was so complete, it was almost jarring. In the quiet afterglow, a sliver of doubt crept into Aria's mind. Was this a mistake? She asked quietly, her voice laced with the fear of the answer. Lina lifted her head, her eyes meeting Aria's in the dimness. They were soft, but unwavering and sure. No, she said, with a conviction that swept away all of Aria's fears. This is what I've wanted for so long. For a long moment, neither of them spoke. The silence that fell between them was different now. It was peaceful, comfortable, filled with the weight of unspoken promises and the lightness of shared relief. They knew, without having to say it, that the world outside might not understand their love. It might judge, it might question. But in this room, on this bed, cocooned in their private world, they didn't need anyone's approval. What they felt was real, and for now, that was more than enough. Morning arrived gently, with soft sunlight spilling across the tangled sheets and the rumpled duvet. Aria woke first. She lay still, watching Lina sleep beside her. A soft, genuine smile touched her lips as she took in the peaceful expression on Lina's face, the slight parting of her lips, the way a stray strand of dark hair fell across her cheek. This was the girl who had turned her entire world upside down in the most beautiful way possible. As if sensing her gaze, Lina stirred, her eyelids fluttering open. Their eyes met again, and in that shared look, there was no confusion, no regret, only a quiet, profound joy that settled deep in their bones. Good morning, Lina murmured, her voice husky with sleep. Good morning, Aria replied, her heart swelling. She reached out and gently brushed the strand of hair from Lina's face. You look beautiful. They both laughed softly, a sound of pure contentment that filled the sunlit room. The kiss they shared next felt lighter now, different from the night before. It was no longer forbidden, no longer steeped in uncertainty. This was love, honest and open and bright as the morning sun. The story of Lina and Aria wasn't just a tale of passion discovered in the late hours of the night. It was a story about courage. The courage to listen to their own hearts, to admit what they had both known for so long. It was about the courage to choose love, even when it arrived in a form the world didn't always expect or accept. As the day begins, we see them moving through the apartment, hand in hand. The morning sunlight chases them from room to room, illuminating their shared smiles and easy intimacy. The final image lingers on the unmade bed, a silent, intimate witness to their confession of love. It's a memory of a night that changed everything, the beginning of a new chapter, and the promise of many more mornings to come. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more content like this. We'll see you next time.